Hello dear students, welcome to Wallah. So दोस्तों today's session is very important because we are going to see what can be the strategy and what can be if you want to enter VLSI, the complete roadmap. What can be the complete roadmap for if you want to enter into VLSI? So there are two paths, there are two ways in which we can enter. So we have to start with GATE 2027. Okay. So first of all, we should understand that why we want to go into VLSI. If you are from electronics, electrical, computer science, the first question that comes into our mind is why VLSI? Why VLSI? Why everyone is talking about VLSI, right? Why everyone is talking about VLSI? Because if you look around yourself, then you will find out that electric vehicles, there's a boom in electric vehicles domain, there's a boom in artificial intelligence, there is boom in data centers, there is boom in robotics also. So everything requires semiconductor chips, right? Without semiconductor chips, without fabrication, without MOSFET on the chip, you cannot have data centers, electric vehicles, artificial intelligence, smartphones. Everything requires chips. And obviously, as we know that computations are required, we need high powered chips. We need chips which can do very high calculations. So obviously R&D, research and development in VLSI is the field where we have to work. Okay. Now semiconductor industry is expanding, as we all know, right? Strong demand for skilled VLSI engineers. Obviously it is there. And we need someone, if someone want to make a core technical career, and higher studies opportunities are very much there in VLSI. Okay. So every smart device which is around you, like we can see, like this is my room. In this, I can see like more than 20 devices are smart devices, smart lights, smart cameras, smart UPS. Now, smart TVs are there, smart laptops are there, smart ACs are there, smart TVs are there. Now, there is infinite things which are there, which are smart. And everything which is smart needs a chip, needs a processor, right? So now, where do you want to fit in VLSI? Now, there are many domains, right? There is front end domain, back end domain, and analog domain. Okay. Now, in front end domain, we can go to digital design, we can go to RTL design, right? Verification. In back end, we can go to physical design, STA and DFT. In analog, we can move to analog IC design and mixed signal design. Okay. So first of all, we have to choose the domain, but obviously right now, when you are in B.Tech, no need to choose the domain because that you can do in your M.Techs during your higher studies. So choose the domain, build the skills and target the role. Okay. Now why GATE 2027, right? Why we should enter through GATE into VLSI? Because it is very important to understand that when we want to go into some core domain, for example, in data science, in computer science also, in AI ML, whenever we want to go into a core domain, it is very important that we should have a specialized degree, because B.Tech graduates will never get good salaries, good packages in VLSI or in any core domain when you are from B.Tech, because in B.Tech you don't have specializations. So it is very important that we should enter some IIT, NIT or IIIT or whatsoever BITS is there, Vellore Institute, VIT is there. There are many institutes, right? So we have to go there, we have to do M.Tech or MS or PhD into this domain so that we get high packages. Okay. So the gate is not the destination, it is rather the opening. It is rather a jump that will provide you directly into a VLSI domain. Okay. So it can be your entry gate to VLSI, right? Gate exam will help you to enter into IIT, NIT, triple IT, that will actually help you to go into the good companies, right, in VLSI. Okay, so obviously this exam is not the final destination. GATE exam is not the final destination, rather it is your entry ticket to VLSI, right? So after B.Tech also you can go into these VLSI companies, but they will not pay you well. With 6 to 7 months of preparation for GATE exam, if you do with full preparation, with full dedication, then obviously you will land up into IIT or NIT or triple IT, and you will get into VLSI. There you will get, like many companies are coming for placements, so obviously you will get chance to get placed into those big companies at higher packages. Okay, so now it is very important that what can be the subject priorities, right? What can be the subject priorities if you are preparing for GATE exam? It is very important that we should be focusing on concepts, because if our concepts are clear, then marks will follow. You will automatically get good marks if your concepts are clear. Okay, so first of all, you should be focusing on, like if you are preparing for GATE exam, we should be focusing on the most important subject is maths and aptitude. Maths and aptitude. This is most important, highly scoring, and this will help you in clearing the qualifying marks in GATE exam. Second, now you should focus on the simple subjects, for example, network theory, signal system, digital electronics, control system. These are easier subjects, and these can be done in like network can be done in 25 days if you have done that in your college. Signal system will take some time. Digital electronics can be done in 20 days. Control system can be done after signal system. Signal system will take around 45 days, right? It is a lengthy subject. So a network will take like 25 days. Signal will take 45 days. Digital will take maximum 20 days, and control system will take like 25 to 30 days. So if you do these 4 subjects with these 2, then you will get around like 45-50 marks easily in your GATE exam, right? Now, if you want to expand more, then after this you should move your cycle towards EDC, electronic devices circuits. It is a very simple subject, like simple. If you have done in your college, then you can easily do that in GATE exam also. Then after that, analog electronics can be done. Now, if this much is done, then you can get easily 65 marks almost. Okay? Now, after that, if you get time, if you have time available, then you can move on to communication systems and EMFT, right? So it is very important to do this in the syllabus should be done in this sequence, right? So first of all, you should be focusing on maths and MT, then network, signal, digital, control. Then you should focus on EDC and analog, then communication and EMFT. So this can be the best sequence in which you should do the subjects, right? Now it is very important that first of all, you should be focusing on your foundation. Like you should do your classes, concepts, and practice PYQs regularly. It is very important. Okay. After this, after doing your classes, if you don't have much time available, right, then don't do your DPPs and workbooks, right? Don't do your DPPs and workbooks that are provided in the classes. Rather, do your PYQs, right? Do your PYQs. PYQs are very important. So after doing your classes, do your class notes, revise your class notes, and after revising your class notes, finish your PYQs at least 2 times, because PYQs are most important. After this, you need to revise your subjects. For example, I have done my one subject. For example, I have done my mathematics, I have done my analog electronics, or I have done my network. But if I am not revising that subject regularly, then if you have not revised your subject for 2 to 3 months, then after 3 months you will find out that the entire subject is gone out of your mind. You are not able to recall anything. So it is very important that whenever any subject is completed, you need to start the revision of that subject regularly. Okay. So it is very important that before going to GATE exam, almost 2 to 3 times the class notes should be revised. Class notes and PYQs should be revised. Okay. For this, you can make your short notes. You can make your formula books also, formula sheets also, right? And it is very important that whenever you do your revision, after completing the revision of any topic, you need to do your test, right? After doing your revision, you need to give your test. It is very important. After revision, give a test. Link your revision with test, right? Subject wise test. And finally, in January, you need to give your mock exam, right? So first of all, you learn, practice using PYQs, then do your revision, then do your test, then do the analysis of test, and slowly you will improve. Analysis of test is very important. You have to find out that what mistakes you are committing, what kind of problems you are facing during time management, what kind of questions you got stuck with, what kind of concepts you are not able to recall in your test. So like this, you have to focus on all the concepts, right? Now, so, okay. So right now, my point is, don't focus on your VLSI skills right now, because that you can do it in your M.Tech, right? First of all, first target is to enter into IIT or NIT or IIIT in M.Tech or MS courses. First of all, we have to enter there. Now, when you enter into these courses, there you can develop the skill of VLSI slowly and steadily. Right now, your focus should be on GATE, right? Right now, your focus should be on GATE. Focus on GATE, enter into IIT, and there you can work on VLSI, right? Now, so this should be your pathway, right? This should be your pathway. Like, first of all, you should prepare for GATE, enter into IIT, ISC, NIT, IIIT. There you can do your M.Tech in VLSI or MS in VLSI. During your M.Tech in VLSI, you should do specializations. Okay, within your course only there will be specializations. You can do projects, you can do internships, and obviously many a times if you are from IIT and you do good in your internship, you will get pre-placement offers, right? And otherwise, you can go on campus, you will be placed in good companies, right? You don't have to worry about this path, right? So this should be your direction, this should be your path in which you should work, right? It is very important that right now you should focus on your GATE, enter into some IIT, NIT or IIIT. There you can work to go into VLSI domain. You can choose your domain, you can choose your companies, and then you can get placed there. So first of all, you should prepare for GATE exam, and the sequence should be very clear. Finish your maths and FT first of all, then do network, control, digital and signal system, right? Then you can move on to EDC and analog, and finally EMFT and communication. If you get 60-65 marks also in GATE, then also you can get into good IITs and NITs. Okay, so thank you dear students. These are the Telegram channels you can join. Thank you, bye bye, and take care.